So you want to know how to kill Hydra? You clicked on the right video. Today I'm going to be walking you through how I do a Hydra kill, and in this example I'm going to be using ranged. You can also kill Hydra using melee, and I'll probably insert another clip with the melee kill attached here. First I want to walk through your options for gear. First things first, you need a Hydra Slayer task, and you can only get that from Konar. You need 95 Slayer to kill the Hydra, and you should probably bring your Slayer helmet. Next, just bring your best in slot range gear, and if you don't have the Elite Koran diary, make sure you bring your Brimstone boots. I choose to bring a LightBearer here to pair with the blowpipe, so I can get faster specs and just heal more often. Alongside that, Bofa works great. Dragon Hunter crossbow with ruby dragon bolts enchanted work great, and you could do a just blowpipe kill if you want. In my inventory I have 3 divine ranging pots, 1 anti-venom plus, 12 prayer pots, and 10 sharks. In my rune pouch I have fire runes, nature runes, so make sure you bring high alchs. These are dust runes and law runes because I want a tele home, a tele out when I'm here. High alchs are really important for long trips. That way you can alch all of your drops. And the first thing I want to discuss are the tile markers here. So there's a lot on the screen here, but they're really simple. When we first walk into the lair, Hydra's lair here, we want to walk over by these green tubes. This is tile 1, kind of where I'm pointing at now. We're going to go to tile 1, and Hydra should lure over the red vent automatically. When we're there, we can attack 4 times with T-bow, 5 times with Bofa, and then Hydra will flick its head back and change attack styles, and then we move over at least 2 tiles directly in front of the green tubes to avoid its special attack spitting acid. That's the first special that Hydra does. The way Hydra attacks is in 3s. So you might have heard I'm good at counting to 3, and that's because of Hydra. So Hydra does 3 magic attacks, flicks its head back, and then does 3 range attacks, flicks its head back, and in between those it does special attacks depending on what phase it's on. This first phase it spits poison up until it's 25% health done, and then it turns blue. One of the heads fall off, it turns blue. When that happens, we want to lure it over this green vent over here. And to do that, I follow these tile markers all the way over to this one, the green tile marker above the 2 along the blue tubes area. And that places Hydra 1 square east of the green vent. And I'll explain this during the kill. When Hydra is blue, we want to lure it over the green vent, make sure that it roars, and then DPS it down until it changes phases again to the red phase. When the red phase, we want to lure Hydra over the vent that it's currently standing on, the blue vent there. And the reason we lure Hydra over these vents is to weaken it, because otherwise there's a 75% damage reduction if Hydra is not weakened by these vents that shoot out acid or whatever chemicals that it does. And then Hydra walks to the center in the red phase to spit out some flame walls, and I'll be teaching you how to do the flame skip. There's 2 ways to do it. You can use this tile marker kind of where Hydra's currently standing on right now, or you can just hop over these 2 markers where Hydra is right now as well. Multiple ways to do the flame phase, but I'll show you the way that I do it. And then in the melee phase, I'll show you the alternative way. So that's enough yapping. Let's walk through a kill together. Make sure we pot up. We want to it's a 50-50 chance on what we get hit with when we first walk in. We'll just pray range and walk in. So there we go, Hydra was weakened. We got hit by the first magic attack. Second attack. Third attack, we can switch prayers. There was the head flick and just run. Okay, keep attacking. Now follow these tile markers here. Just attacking once on each, just so you don't lose DPS. And we want to wait on this tile marker right here. Change prayers. And when we see this XP drop, we can move over because we know it's about to phase. Okay, I wasn't sure if that's a third attack, and it was. I recommend dumping your blowpipe specs on this phase so that we see less of the lightning balls. That's the lightning special attack there. It's getting close to us, so let's run away. And we phased it. We want to stand on this tile right here so that Hydra gets lured over the vent. And wait for it to weaken. And we're doing a lot of things simultaneous here. We're changing our prayers, we're moving around, we're counting Hydra's attacks. And here, we're going to wait till Hydra faces us, move to this tile, and we flame skipped. Now I don't remember if Hydra attacked with range. There, ranged. Now in this phase we have to switch to the alternate, the last attack that Hydra attacked us with, and we have to alternate prayers, kind of like Jad phase. After this attack we have to move back 2 tiles, because it spits out poison. And we keep alternating. Okay, that one went by a little quick. I'll do another kill, kind of slow it down and walk through it again. And this time I'll use the alternative flame skip method where you don't have to move and kind of time it perfectly. So if you have the ground items timer, Hydra spawns at 37 seconds. Okay, it's magic again. So 1 attack, 2, 3. We can sneak a 4th T-bow in here and just move over. Kind of timed that wrong, but that's okay. Follow our ground markers. That's the 3rd range. Switch prayers and phase it. Perfect. Mage 1. Mage 2. Mage 3. Switch prayers. It might shoot its lightning phase out. That doesn't count as an attack. So this is range 1. It's okay. We phased it. So here, I want to weaken it immediately. And then I want to go to this tile over here for our flame skip. So it's already walking over. We don't have to move at this tile. We can just keep attacking it. It's fine. Okay, make sure we change to the opposite prayer and alternate. We're still going to have to move back 2 tiles after this 3rd attack right here. So move back, and that's it. Okay, and in the next clip, I'll be teaching you guys how to do it in melee. Thanks for watching, and tune in for the melee kill now. Okay guys, this is the melee setup that I have. So I bring Dragon Hunter Lance, BGS, and some Burning Claws. If you don't have the Lance, you can bring a Fang. I heard that works just fine. The reason we bring BGS is because the damage reduction really helps reduce kill times here, and especially with Burning Claws, that helps as well. And we want to make sure we don't use the Burning Claws in the red phase since Hydra is immune from the burning effect. So keep in mind the tiles that I told you for the range phase might be a little different here since we'll have to be in melee distance and we'll have to be dragging Hydra a little bit differently than we do when we're ranging from a distance. Here, since we have heavy range defense, I'll go in praying magic, and I want to make sure I'm praying piety. So something that I didn't mention before is that we want to make sure that we see the roar happen when we're luring Hydra over these vents. And just because we lure Hydra's tile box over the vent doesn't necessarily mean that the damage reduction had applied from the vents. When it's at the same time, Hydra kind of ignores the vent, and Hydra has to be over the vent before it shoots out the liquid. So it's blue, we lure it over the green. And we keep in mind that we have to keep changing attack styles. Or not styles, but prayers. So if the lightning touches you, it will paralyze you and do like 10 to 15 damage per lightning that touches you. So you kind of want to avoid that as much as possible. So I'm not really doing a good job keeping up with Hydra's attacks, but that's okay. If we stand on any of these two tiles, Hydra will just drag us in to the green tile here, and then we can perform the first flame skip that I showed you earlier. We want to keep in mind Hydra attacked us with ranged here. So now in this phase, its first attack will be magic. And when you're doing melee, you kind of have to wait on this tile here for the acid to shoot out, and then go back. And for that fourth attack, when Hydra is shooting out its acid, it doesn't skip that ranged attack or that magic attack. The next attack in that cycle, it just picks it back up. So it pauses whatever attack is in its rotation to do its special attack, which is the spit. And then it resumes its cycle again. So we're just going to wait over here for Hydra to respawn and see if we can do a little bit better job with luring Hydra over these vents. So I noticed I also did not claw spec. So we'll also do that. I also didn't BGS spec. I find melee to be a little bit more challenging because there's just too much stuff to do. And range is just very chill. You just shoot at it. You don't have to really worry about anything. I did not really use my blowpipe in the last example, but I really only use blowpipe to heal up or DPS down in the blue or red phase. But if you have only a blowpipe, it's a great weapon to attack the Hydra with. Oh. So now it's weakened. And I'll actually try and get some claws in once I skip this lightning. It's kind of boring, not gonna lie. It gets pretty boring after 3,353 kills as well. Okay, gonna weaken it, gonna travel around here a little bit. Okay, gonna go over to this tile. JK. I'll just wait. Okay. And you can still attack tile Hydra on this tile and not worry about this flame ball that will follow you around if you don't skip it. And at 275 hit points, Hydra will phase into its enrage phase. And we'll do the same thing at this third attack. Just wait here. Dodge that poison. Just get back on Hydra. If you don't do enough damage after a certain amount of attacks, Hydra will spit out poison again. Yikes. I am getting distracted. So you really want to keep up with the DPS. Actually, let's see if I can just postpone it. So there's the poison attack. And I'll have to go back and count it, and in the comments, I'll put in how many attacks after the first acid spit Hydra does the second acid spit. Anyway, that's 4 kills, 2 with range, 2 with melee. If you like this video, give it a like. If you have any questions, drop a comment. I'll always respond to comments. Thanks for watching.